This Moreno Valley updates for June 23rd to June 29th. This is Steve.
This is Danny.
And this is Tyler.
For our driver of the week, we're going to go with Richard Valentine. Richard is here in Moreno Valley. He does the quartzsite relay. And today is Richard's 20-year anniversary with CPC. So congratulations, Richard. I texted him this morning. Congrats. He said he feels 20 years older. For new hires, I mentioned Pedro last week. And we also had Gabriel Calderon. He did start here in Moreno Valley, so he's out training right now. Is he training? Yeah, he's training.
Yes, he is.
He's out with Ray. For our birthdays for the week, I have to mention Bailey Allen Garcia. His birthday was on last Saturday, June 16th, and it wasn't on the list, and he brought it up that I missed it, so belated birthday. We have Doug White, who's out in Eloy on June 25th. Alex Reyes, who's here in Moreno Valley, June 27th. Curtis Paul, he is in Las Vegas, June 28th. And Juan Rosales Espinoza, who's here in Moreno Valley, June 29th. So there's a lot that week. Yeah. So happy birthday. For anniversaries this week, we have Marcus Parker, hits 1 year on June 27th. Seems like he's been here longer.
Right.
And he is in Las Vegas. He does that's part of the Salt Lake relay chain. Augustine Tellez hits 9 years on June 29th. So happy anniversary, guys. Let's go to the weather for Los Angeles. Warm, sunny all week. Still no sweat for you?
Nothing yet.
No. I don't believe you. We'll have to see. So mid-80s all week and sunny. So it's going to be warm. For Las Vegas, it is 110, 109. Yeah. Very hot. Low chance of rain. Hot, sunny all week. For Phoenix, it's looking basically the same as Las Vegas. Got 108, 110, 107, 109. So all week. Looks like maybe a little bit cloudy, but that's not going to help much in that kind of heat. For Salt Lake City, it's warm. Yeah, high 90s all week. Maybe a little bit cloudy, but mostly, yeah, it looks like sunny and hot all week for Salt Lake City. Take a look at our injuries. I don't think we had any injuries. Tyler?
Oh, yeah, no injuries this week.
Yeah. It's a good job on that. Let's go to our accidents. We had driver, the tail swing hit yellow pole and knocked it over. Tail swing, we've talked about this before. What do you guys say about that, Danny?
Honestly, it happens. You know, you get a little bit too close with that 53, even at 48 with the tandems all the way forward, and you get a little bit too close. You know, the best thing you can do is if you're getting too close, you know, get out and look. Make sure that when you swing, you're not going to hit any poles, buildings, especially that one box that's right there next to those poles. That's definitely something you don't want to hit. Other than that, if you're not too sure that making a tight turn is going to hit the pole, slide your tandems and swing and then slide them back. I mean, that's just something that, you know, to be more on the safe side.
But it's basically just being aware that trailer swing is a thing. And you gotta look. Tyler, you got anything to add?
Yeah. So I was going to say, it might seem like obvious, but always remember what size trailer you're in as well. So that was the number one thing when I spoke to the driver was he usually drives 28, and he was thinking he was in a 28, but he was in a 48 that day. So it's, I know you guys switch trailers regularly. Sometimes you're on a set, sometimes you're doing 48, sometimes you're doing 53. You got to remember which size trailer you're in the first place. And, with this case in particular, you got to watch your back mirror, or at least watch your mirrors as you're pulling out. You can't just pull out full speed thinking you're in a 28. Always watch your mirrors on the way out and watch where the back of that trailer is going.
Yeah. We had another accident. We don't have any pictures or anything, but I want to bring something up. If you have an accident, you need to say something like when it happens, so we can get the ball rolling. Waiting 12 hours or waiting till the next day, then it's one. The information is you're going to forget. So in this drive, Tyler, you want to talk about what the other one was? Kind of how it happened.
Yeah, so I don't have the video and everything for this one yet, but what the initial report was the driver was driving down the 10 freeway. Another tractor was in the exit lane to get off the freeway and came a little bit farther over into the slow lane, and the two trucks clipped mirrors, and it snapped the driver's mirror back and shattered the glass.
So when something like that happens, if you can stop. So what could happen down the line is the driver of this other truck can go back and claim that the Walgreens truck hit him. And without the information out there first, trying to get some video, trying to get some pictures, things like that, getting a police report, without us doing that first, we're open to this, this other driver coming back and say it was the Walgreens truck that hit me. So when something happens, you got to report it. We got to get all this information in. Let's go to Smart Drive. Leave that up to Tyler.
So for Smart Drive for the week, we had two events in particular that seemed to be the hot buttons for the week. One I go over quite a bit, incomplete stops. I know everybody loves to do them. It's the California stops. You got to come to a complete full zero, especially at the right-hand turns. That's where almost all of ours come from, is those right-hand turns at the red light. But you got to come to the full zero or the cameras will pick it up. The other one, this one's a little bit different. So I've gone over with a lot of people. So for anybody that doesn't know, Walgreens policy is no U-turns in their equipment at all. Unless you're in at the DC, at a domicile yard, at store location or a backhaul yard, you can't do a U-turn. No public surface streets can we do U-turns on. So that seemed to be a big one this week as well.
So the U-turns, the only time that you can make a U-turn, right, when you mentioned that you're, in a yard, or you have to make the U-turn to get into the store, like there is no other way, or you're in the road and emergency vehicles have blocked the road and they're telling you that you need to U-turn. Those are the only reasons. Besides that, we don't do U-turns because there's been some motorcyclists that were not seen, and the driver turned, and the motorcyclist hits the trailer, and people on a bicycle also. And we've had people making the U-turns, and there's not quite enough room, and then they hit a pole. So U-turns, if you've missed that turn, like, okay, it's done and over, you're gonna have to find a better way to turn around than doing the U-turn. Got anything else to add?
No, I didn't have anything else to add. Those are really our two biggest ones for this week as far as Smart Drive went. As far as near misses or anything, we had actually a pretty calm week. No crazy events actually really came through. No near collisions, no near dodges, anything like that, which I call that a good week right there.
All right. Go to announcements. This is like a broken record. Got to get that heat-related illness training done. There's just a few holdouts left. There's also that the sexual harassment training for California. There's, let me think. There's about 8 drivers who haven't even started it yet. So I sent out the emails again. So you got to get that thing done. Another thing I want to mention is for drivers coming back to the DC on Saturday, you need to put your trailers away. You can't just leave them wherever, believing that the yard drivers are going to, put these things away. You need to put them where they need to go. Anything to add, Danny?
Looking at the where it says send pictures of things at stores. We were talking about earlier about the trees, branches. If you get to a store and those branches are really sticking out where it's going to be an issue, you getting through, take pictures, send them over.
Right. So, the only thing we can do is ask if the store would get those branches trimmed. I know when I delivered a lot of times, the store manager would say, well, it's not in the budget to do it. But, our part, we can identify this is a hazard. This branch is really sticking out. It scrapes the trailer every time we come in here. So we're going to bring those things up. Tyler, you got anything else to add?
No, about nailed it. That's actually what I've been going over with all the drivers at the stops as well. Is low hanging branches. Now that we're starting summer, they're going to be as max grown out as they're going to get. And I'm something I reminded drivers of too. I think it was either Danny or Nita told me about it, but we got some stops down there in LA where you can be on the main surface street, not even pulling into a store location. They got trees that stick out into the main surface streets. So if you're sitting in that right lane, you're going to clip the trees. So that's just something to watch out for too, especially in like the really tight city streets.
Low hanging branches. Yeah. It's a problem. That's all I have for this week.
That's it for me. You, Tyler?
That's all I got.
All right.
Have a good week.